This is Carl Bildt in a distinctly windy Berlin. First question, what did happen in the European Parliament elections? Well, there was a shift, no question, but not the fundamental shift to the far right that quite a number of pundits have been speculating about. If you look at what's been the sort of the governing coalition, if you might use that phrase, of the centre-right EPP, the Social Democrats and the Liberals Renew, they used to have roughly 59% of the seats in the European Parliament. They now have 56% of the seats in the European Parliament. It is a shift, no question about that, but hardly a fundamental one. And I don't think you will see much of a shift in policies resulting out of that. Second question, what did happen in France? Well, of course, even if that wasn't the major shift in the European Parliament, there was a significant shift in individual countries, and most dramatically, of course, in France, where President Macron suffered a very significant setback, with the far right combined getting roughly 40% of the electorate. Well, he decided this can't go on, so he dissolved the National Assembly, called for new elections, going to be sort of the early July, the decisive round. It's a huge gamble. He might not have had much of a choice, but it's a gamble anyhow. Will we end up with some sort of cohabitation between President Macron and element of the nationalist rights in France remains to be seen, but highly likely. Or will he succeed to mobilize those that are against this development in the country? That also remains to be seen. But that, of course, is going to have a fairly fundamental impact on what happened not only in France, but in the rest of Europe as well.